Hi guys, I'm Miyata94, and I'm going to be doing a deck check for a completed Dimensional Robo Great Daiyusha deck build. I finished it pretty quickly, so yeah, my deck is very basic, but I've been playtesting it. It works fantastic, puts a lot of pressure on. So yeah, without further ado, my starter is Daiyusha. I chose him over the other starter, Warrior of Destiny Dai, because he actually gives you options. The limit break for Great Daiyusha says you need to have 3 or more dimensional robos in the soul. If you run Dai, then that means you're going to have to hit grade 1, 2, and 3, and then Great Daiyusha before getting his limit break off. If with Daiyusha, he gives you just an extra one option, so you can miss a grade 1 or 2 ride and not have to worry about missing your limit break or having to double ride again. And obviously, a lot of people don't like his skill, but I do. I run the deck in such a way that you try to keep hand advantage as much as possible. So Daiyusha's skill, even though it minuses you 4 cards, it doesn't affect the deck too badly, especially if you really need to get the limit break off. So, Daiyusha's my starter. Trigger lineup is really basic. I've got 4 heals, 8 crit, and then 4 draw. The draws are really, really good for keeping the hand advantage. Like I said, if you're stuck in a position where you have to use Daiyusha's skill, you need to make sure that you have enough cards to refill your field. So, very basic trigger lineup. I like the crits because it just puts on more pressure in the deck. Though I am going to test stands just for the heck of it. Okay, so for grade 1s, I've got 4 Dailander. Dailander is a cheaper Cosmo Beak, basically. He's a 6k booster, which is not ideal, but he gives that extra 4k, so if you have to use him behind your Vanguard, at least for 1 turn, he's a 10k. So if you haven't hit your Glory Maker, then there's that. Next, I run 3 Daimariner, just because if he's not in the soul, he's a 7k vanilla. It's not super good, but I still run them just in case so that I can almost guarantee the grade 1 ride. So far I haven't had any problems with it, but I am thinking about putting in another one of him just to make sure that it's more guaranteed. Next, I've only run 3 perfect guards. This deck actually has a problem, especially in the grade 1 lineup, of having too many cards. There's so many options for what you can run, and I ended up taking out 1 perfect guard because ideally you're getting off his Crossride, and with that you need less to guard with, so you don't need that 4th perfect guard and you can put in something else. But that's a personal choice. Then I run 2 Cattenroy Daisy, just because having her behind Die Dragon gives you that impressive 20k rear guard column. Like I said, more pressure. Might run more of her, but I'm not sure what to take out yet. Then I have 2 Glory Maker. A lot of people I've seen run 1 or none. I think that having 2 is ideal because you really need to make sure that you can get that 25k Vanguard column. That is a perfect number. Your opponent has to either drop a perfect guard or drop a lot. And having 2 Glory Maker just kind of guarantees that you're going to get it, unless you're really unlucky. There's only been 1 game where I haven't had it. It was my grade 1 ride, and then my first damage was the other one, so it's kind of sucky. But unless you're super unlucky, you're going to hit it, and you're going to have a 25k Vanguard with a permanent extra crit every attack. So, it's for putting on pressure, that's why I like 2. And then last but not least, I run 1 Commander Laurel. Commander Laurel is the ultimate troll card with this deck. I don't actually intend to ever get his effect off. He just sits in the back and terrifies your opponent because then they know they're going to have to guard with either no pass or perfect guard. So he's more of a technique card than actually getting off his effect. If you do get it off, it's fantastic. You get more hand advantage. I would say if you can get this off, even if your Vanguard isn't going to hit or whatever, always do it, because you're always getting 4 cards per turn instead of just 2, and hand advantage in this deck is a necessity. For my grade 2 lineup, this one is super streamlined, unlike my grade 1s. I run a simple 4 Die Dragon. This is your 12k rear guard. Just like I said, this deck is about putting on pressure, and that's exactly what he does. People go after him like there's no tomorrow, so he's good for scaring your opponent. When he hits the field, people groan. then for Die Lady, she's actually, I don't like her. Like, I very rarely get her effect off. She's essentially a 9k rear guard vanilla. Her effect is, like, give another Dimensional Police a 3k boost, which is kind of okay. It's not super awesome, but she's in there to make sure that you get the ride and you have enough Dimensional Robos to make sure it works. So, 4 of her. And her effect's kind of nice in case you do run Mika, because then you can give Mika the boost, because her effect says just a Dimensional Police, not a Dimensional Robo, so you can boost Mika with her effect. And then I run Mika because you don't counterblast a lot. The only card in the deck that counterblasts next to her is the Dailander. So, you can use her effect to get more hand advantage, which, like I said, this deck is about hand advantage and pressure. And then my grade 3 lineup is super duper obvious. 4 Daiyushas, and then 4 Great Daiyushas. I'm not gonna lie, I'm debating taking out one of the Great Daiyushas, because sometimes he's a real pain in the ass when you dead draw him. But, still, having the 8 ensures that you have fodder for the Daiyusha Superior Ride if you need to. You're always gonna hit him, and you're not gonna hit some worthless grade 3. Because with Dailanders in the deck, this Daiyusha will still get his critical off, and then with 8 of these, you're almost guaranteed to get his Crossride off. Yeah, that's basically the deck. I would say it's a super, super fun deck. Puts on a lot of pressure, but there's a lot of room for personal techs. Like I said, I prefer having the 1 Laurel, 2 Glory Maker. I've seen people run 3 Laurel. I've seen people run none of them and just shove it full of Catenoid Daisies and another Perfect card. And I've seen people who don't actually run her, which I think is a bad idea. But, like I said, that's just me. But anyway, this is my deck. It's really simple, uses a lot of the new cards, and it's based around trying to keep as many cards in your hand as possible while still putting on the pressure. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed. See you later.